A 22-year-old woman stands before Judge Caprio. 5 red light violations, unpaid fines, a broken payment plan she never followed through on. Judge Caprio looks at his screen, then at her. His expression is serious. Miss Ortega, we gave you a significant break last time, a payment plan, multiple extensions, and you haven't made a single payment. Not one phone call to this court. Nothing. Brianna's eyes are already watering. Your Honor, I can explain. I've heard a lot of explanations, Miss Ortega. What I haven't seen is any effort to meet your obligations. His voice is stern, disappointed. This isn't the compassionate Judge Caprio people expect to see. You're 22 years old, you have a child, you have responsibilities, and you completely ignored the generosity this court showed you. Brianna wipes her eyes. I know. I'm so sorry. Everything fell apart everything falls apart for a lot of people. They still make phone calls, they still communicate, they don't just disappear. What happens next when Judge Caprio learns why this young mother vanished and what she's been dealing with alone transforms his anger into something else entirely. Stay until the end because this isn't just about traffic tickets. It's about survival, sacrifice, and a judge who remembers what mercy looks like. Subscribe if you believe second chances should come with support, not just judgment. Tuesday afternoon. Case 26,847. Brianna Ortega, multiple outstanding violations and failure to comply with payment arrangement. A young woman approaches the podium slowly. Early 20s. Tired eyes, clothes clean but worn. She's carrying a folder with papers, hands trembling slightly as she sets it down. Good afternoon, Miss Ortega. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Her voice is barely above a whisper. Judge Caprio pulls up her file. His expression darkens as he scrolls. Miss Ortega, I'm looking at your history with this court. Last March, you appeared before me with 5 red light camera violations. Total fines were $960. Do you remember that? Yes, Your Honor. Do you remember what happened during that hearing? Brianna nods, swallowing hard. You reduced my fine to $460. You set up a payment plan, $50 a month. That's correct. I also waived several administrative fees. I wanted to help you because you had a young child and you seemed genuinely overwhelmed. Do you remember what you promised me? Her voice cracks. That I would make the payments? Not just that. You promised you would call if you had any problems. You said you would stay in communication with this court. Do you remember that promise? Yes. Miss Ortega, it's been 7 months. How many payments have you made? Silence. Miss Ortega, I asked you a question. How many payments have you made on the $460 balance? Brianna's voice is barely audible. None. None, not $50, not $25, not even 10. 0 payments in 7 months. I know, I'm sorry. And how many times have you called this court to explain your situation, to ask for help, to request an extension? More silence. Miss Ortega, I didn't call. So let me make sure I understand. This court showed you considerable mercy, reduced your fine by more than half, set up a manageable payment plan, and in return, you made 0 payments and 0 contact. Is that accurate? Brianna is crying now, tears running down her face. Yes, that's accurate. Judge Caprio sits back. Help me understand, because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you took advantage of this court's generosity. You got what you wanted, a lower fine and time to pay, and then you simply ignored your obligations. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Because I need you to explain to me why I should give you another chance when you completely disregarded the chance I already gave you. The courtroom is silent. Everyone watches this young woman struggle to find words. Brianna takes a shaky breath. Your Honor, I didn't come here to make excuses. I know I messed up. I know I should have called. I know I broke my promise to you. Then why didn't you? Because everything fell apart. 2 weeks after I was here last time, I got a call from Texas. My grandmother died. Judge Caprio's expression softens slightly. I'm sorry for your loss. She was raising my little sister, Mia. She's 16. My mom isn't in the picture, hasn't been for years. My grandmother was all Mia had. What about other family? There isn't any, just me. I'm the only one. Judge Caprio is listening more carefully now. Go on. I had to go to Texas for the funeral. While I was there, I found out Mia had nowhere to go. Child Services was going to put her in foster care. She was terrified. She begged me not to let them take her. She's my sister. I couldn't leave her there, so I brought her home with me to Rhode Island. Yes, I got temporary guardianship, but I had to find a bigger apartment because my studio was too small for 3 people. Had to pay first month last month, security deposit. Then I had to enroll Mia in school, get her clothes, supplies, everything. I work full-time at a call center, but it's barely enough for me and my daughter. Adding Mia, she trails off, overwhelmed. Miss Ortega, why didn't you call this court and explain this situation? Because I was drowning. I was working 45 hours a week taking care of a 3-year-old and a grieving teenager who didn't want to be here. I was sleeping maybe 4 hours a night. I kept thinking I'd catch up, I'd get ahead, I'd find a way to make a payment. But every time I scraped together any money, something else came up. Mia needed a doctor's appointment. My daughter got sick. The car needed repairs. The car you were driving when you got these red light tickets? Yes, I know, I should have been more careful. I was rushing between work and daycare and picking up Mia from school. I wasn't paying attention. That's on me. Miss Ortega, where is Mia now? She's at school, she's doing okay, she made some friends, she's on the volleyball team, she's adjusting. And your daughter, she's with my neighbor. She watches her while I work. How old did you say you were? 22. Judge Caprio shakes his head slowly. 22 years old, raising a 3-year-old and a 16-year-old working full-time. No partner helping you? No, Your Honor, their fathers aren't involved, it's just me. Miss Ortega, I'm going to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me. Did anyone force you to come here today? Did you receive a court summons? Brianna looks confused. No, I came on my own. You came voluntarily. Yes, I knew I owed this money, I knew I'd broken my promise. I thought maybe if I came in person and explained, you might let me set up a new payment plan. Even if it's just $20 a month, anything. I don't want a warrant. I can't afford to lose my license or go to jail. My girls need me. Judge Caprio is quiet for a long moment. Miss Ortega, there's no active warrant for your arrest. There's no suspension notice pending. You didn't have to come here today. I know, but I wanted to because you gave me a chance last time and I felt terrible about wasting it. I wanted you to know that I didn't just blow it off, that I had reasons, that I'm trying. Judge Caprio removes his glasses, rubs his eyes. When he looks back at Brianna, his expression has completely changed. Miss Ortega, I owe you an apology. Brianna looks shocked. What? When you walked in here today, I was angry. I saw a young woman who I thought had taken advantage of this court's mercy. Someone who made promises and broke them without any regard for her obligations. I was prepared to be very harsh with you. You have every right to be angry, but I didn't know your situation. I didn't know you'd lost your grandmother. I didn't know you'd taken in your teenage sister. I didn't know you were doing all of this alone at 22 years old. His voice is gentler now. Miss Ortega, what you're doing, raising 2 children, working full-time, keeping your family together, that takes courage. That takes sacrifice. And the fact that you came here today voluntarily, knowing you'd face consequences, knowing I might be angry with you, that takes integrity. Brianna is crying harder now, but they're different tears. Your Honor, I just want to make this right. Whatever you think is fair, I'll do it. I promise I'll follow through this time. Judge Caprio turns to his computer, types slowly, deliberately. The courtroom waits. Miss Ortega, your outstanding balance is $460. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to modify your payment plan. Instead of $50 a month, you're going to pay $25 every 2 weeks. Can you manage that? Yes, I can do that. That's $200 over 8 payments. After you make those 8 payments, if you make them on time and stay in communication with this court, I'm going to forgive the remaining $260. Brianna's mouth falls open. You're going to forgive it? If you hold up your end, 8 payments, $25 each every 2 weeks. If you have a problem, if something comes up, you call the clerk's office. You ask for help, you don't disappear. Can you do that? Yes, absolutely, thank you. I'm trusting you, Miss Ortega, not because I think you'll find this easy, but because I think you'll try. And sometimes that's all we can ask of people, that they try. Judge Caprio continues, Miss Ortega, one more thing. You mentioned you're working at a call center. Are you aware of the Rhode Island Family Support Services? They offer assistance for young parents, help with child care costs, food assistance, that kind of thing. I looked into it, but I make just slightly too much to qualify for most programs. What about assistance for kinship caregivers? You took in your sister. There are programs specifically for that situation. The state should be helping you. I didn't know about those. Judge Caprio gestures to the clerk. Sarah, can you get Miss Ortega the contact information for the Kinship Caregiver Program and the application for the Emergency Family Assistance Fund? The clerk nods, makes a note. Miss Ortega, when you leave here today, I want you to follow up on those resources. You shouldn't be doing this completely alone. There's help available. You just need to know where to look. Thank you, I will. I promise. And Miss Ortega, I want you to know something. You're doing a remarkable thing. A lot of people in your situation would have let the state take your sister, would have looked for the easy way out, but you stepped up. You sacrificed. You kept your family together. That matters. That's what family is supposed to do. Brianna can barely speak through her tears. I just didn't want her to feel abandoned. She already lost our grandmother. I couldn't let her lose everything. She's lucky to have you. Both of your girls are. Judge Caprio looks at her seriously. But I need you to take care of yourself, too. Because if you burn out, if you collapse under all this pressure, your girls lose their support system. So accept help when it's offered. Use these resources. Don't be too proud to ask for assistance. I won't. I've learned that lesson. Good. Now you're going to go downstairs, speak with the clerk about your new payment plan, get that information packet, and you're going to start taking care of yourself and your family. Okay? Thank you so much, Your Honor. You have no idea what this means. I think I do. Now go. And as Brianna turns back, he adds softly, I'm proud of you for coming here today, for telling the truth, for everything you're doing. Keep going. She nods, unable to speak, and walks out with a completely different posture than when she entered, head up, shoulders back, some of the weight lifted. 2 weeks later, Brianna makes her first payment, $25 exactly on time. 2 weeks after that, another $25 on time. Then another and another. By the fourth payment, she's also connected with the Kinship Caregiver Program. They help her get a small monthly stipend for raising Mia, not much, but enough to make a difference. The Emergency Family Assistance Fund helps her with a one-time payment for winter coats for both girls. Payment 5, 6, 7, all on time. She calls the clerk's office once when her paycheck is delayed by 2 days. They note it, tell her it's fine, just get it in when she can. She does. Payment 8 arrives right on schedule. The remaining $260 forgiven, just like Judge Caprio promised. The video of the hearing goes viral, over 3 million views. Judge berates woman for broken promise, then learns what she's been through. 22-year-old raising sister and daughter alone gets break from Judge Caprio. This is what mercy looks like in a courtroom. Donations start coming in. People want to help. Someone sets up a fund. Within a week, there's $8,000, strangers wanting to support a young woman who's doing everything she can. Brianna is overwhelmed. Uses some for a security deposit on a better apartment, puts some in savings for emergencies, starts a small college fund for Mia. Your Honor, I wanted you to know that Mia is thriving. She made the honor roll last semester. She's talking about college, something she never thought was possible. My daughter just turned 4, she's happy and healthy. I got a promotion at work. We're doing okay, more than okay. We're actually doing well. And it's because you believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You saw past my failure and gave me another chance. Thank you for seeing me, really seeing me, that day. It changed everything. Judge Caprio keeps the letter in his desk drawer. Read it sometimes when he's having a hard day, when he's frustrated with defendants who don't show up, who don't care, who waste the court's time. It reminds him why he does this job, why mercy matters, why listening matters, why sometimes the people who look like they're failing are actually fighting battles nobody else can see. Subscribe to Final Judgment for moments when disappointment transforms into understanding, and when trust is repaid with determination. Brianna Ortega came to court expecting harsh judgment for broken promises. She left with a modified payment plan, forgiven debt, and the knowledge that someone saw her struggle and chose compassion over punishment. Judge Caprio proved that disappointment can coexist with mercy, that holding people accountable doesn't require destroying them, and that sometimes the best way to ensure someone succeeds is to believe they can, even when they've already failed once. Brianna learned that asking for help isn't weakness, it's survival, that showing up matters, that integrity means facing consequences even when it's terrifying. Sometimes, the difference between someone who makes it and someone who doesn't isn't ability or character. It's whether anyone believes in them enough to give them the tools they need to succeed. Comment,